Hey, what's up? How you doing today? And welcome back to the channel. Today, we got part 3 of the most chaotic chicken coop build out there on the internet right now. No plans, no blueprints, just vibes, some power tools, and a whole lot of trial and error. If you haven't seen part 1 or part 2 of this series, go back to the channel and binge watch that mayhem real quick. But spoiler alert, we got a floor, we got a frame, and I barely survived cutting the plywood with one hand, trying to hold it in the other. Today, we'll be finishing up the walls from part 2. We'll also be building the frame for the actual run itself. Yeah, you heard that right. It's about to start looking like an actual chicken coop, ladies and gentlemen. Not just an abstract piece of art sitting in my yard. All right, so real quick, let me show you what we're working with. Don't mind the tarps. I had to put all that on there because it's been raining a whole heck of a lot, and I'm trying to keep it somewhat dry as best I can. I got that stapled on there because the wind was just blowing it off, so we'll take that off. But let me show you what we're working with real quick so you can see what we've got if you haven't seen part 2 just yet. Pretty much all we need to do, we need to cover this, finish that wall, and then we got this front wall right here. Remember, this is where our chicken door is gonna go. Just got the chicken door and the window in the mail the other day. I don't know if I'm gonna put those in today in this episode. Probably gonna save those little cosmetics and stuff like that for part 4. Today, we're just worrying about finishing up these walls, getting the plywood on, and then starting our run frame and getting that mapped out. Let's start measuring out this wood and let's get it cut up. All right, we still gotta cut a few more pieces, but I'm gonna start. We got this piece right here. That's ready to go on. We're gonna get that on real quick. I got this piece right here, and all my plywood pieces are that size. I had to get them cut up at the wood shop for the car ride home. This is a perfect piece right here. We can get set up. It's gonna be about like this. We'll have like this much of a gap here and then a little gap here after we get that piece on. So let's go ahead, get that piece attached to here. That wall will be done. And then we're gonna get this piece up there and then see what else we need to cut out. All right, check it out. This wall's done. Don't mind the little gap. Remember, this is where the window's gonna be cut out. I guess right here. I have some ideas on how I'm gonna seal that up and close that gap. Remember, we're not professional here. This is just straight off the dome, cutting stuff up, nailing it together, and hopefully it'll be strong enough to hold some chickens. She's pretty sturdy. You know what I mean? She's not going nowhere, right? So a couple little minor cosmetic deals, but nothing that we can't fix. That's why we're DIYers, right? We learn as we go and we have fun with it, right? So don't mind the gaps. We're gonna fix those up. I'm gonna be doing some trimming, some nice decorative trimming, if you will, kind of make this look like a barn style when we're all done. So we'll end up be painting all this. We'll have some nice, I'm gonna get like 1x2 little strips, and we'll do like edging right on the sides right here to cover up any gaps. And then I think for the corners as well, I'm gonna do, I don't know exactly what to use, so if you know what the best material to use for this, let me know down in the comments. I'm just thinking some regular old angled iron metal and just put it on each corner, so that way we have extra good seals, and that way rain and stuff can't get in here. But other than that, we got this side done. Now we just need to move over here to the front. We got a piece of plywood here, and I think we can stick, of these sides, we can stick 2 right next to each other. It's gonna go up to here. And then once we get our boards here, all we gotta do is figure out how we're gonna do this little triangle gap here for the roof part. But let's go measure and cut these boards and get them up on that front there and finish that up. All right, check it out. Pretty much got the whole coop part done. So let's just do a quick walk around. There's the front right here. The door's gonna be right there. We'll cut out. We're still trying to figure out some kind of ventilation system on this side other than the window. But you tell me in the comments if just the window on this side is enough ventilation, or if I need to do more ventilation in the front or the back But here's the side. That's where the window's gonna go. We'll cut that out. Here, we're gonna have to cut this out. That's where the nesting box will go. I guess to cut out the window and the door, I'm gonna have to climb up in that bad boy, which is why we're not doing the roof yet until the very end. So now pretty much we're all walled up on the coop. It's looking good, almost ready to rock and get our chickens and everything. Right now, though, it's time to start framing. Let's go grab this wood, get it measured up and cut up so we can start framing this bad boy. All right, check it out. We got one frame. We did a U-frame. On this front side here, this is where the door's gonna be. We're gonna attach that to the coop and then the bottom of the run, and then we're gonna go from there. But I think we're gonna go U-frame on front and back for the side right here. Probably just some beams across. Let's get this U-frame attached, then we can do the back wall U-frame, and then we pretty much got an idea of how we're gonna frame and support everything together. So let's get this attached real quick. Not too bad. We got one side up, basic frame wall, and then the idea for our door, just like 2 studs up and down here, and then for the door, we'll build like, a rectangle for the 2x4s, and that way we can attach that door frame onto the stud here with the hinges that we have. But that's the idea for the front here and how we're gonna make the door. Well, right now, let's work on getting the back wall U-frame put together, and then we can figure out how we're going to attach each U-frame together on this side wall over here. Probably just doing some beams across, maybe a couple studs. All right, check it out. Now we're really getting somewhere here. Let me just back up a little bit. But now we're really getting somewhere. We got the coop, picture everything already cut out. Front wall frame, back wall frame. Still gotta cut the tops, get those slanted, but we'll worry about that more towards the end. I mean, she's on here. She's pretty solid. Right here is we'll just do some, couple beams, maybe a stud or 2. So now our plan will be to measure and cut out the beam to go across here for this sidewall. And then we'll move to the back wall, get that done. And pretty much the same thing. We're gonna do some beams and then we might be able to build the door. Let's get to it. All right, just for proof, look at the bubble. We're level. The bubble never lies. Some things might be a little wonky in this bad boy, but hey, probably 90% of our stuff is level and secure, man. Look at this bad boy. We're secure now, we're stable. Ended up doing 3 braces, 1, 2, tray, about 2 feet apart. We still might do some studs, don't know yet. I mean, that's pretty nice, that's pretty good. Again, this is just for chickens, so it doesn't need to be the Taj Mahal. I'm gonna go ahead and do just a couple braces, just because, and then we can worry about this front wall and get the door mapped out, and then we're pretty much almost done with this bad boy. So let's get that back wall, and then we'll move to the front wall. All right, I just went with 1 brace on the back here. She's pretty sturdy. And now I think we are ready to start the front here and map out how we're gonna put this door in here. Let's do it. I mean, now we're starting to look like a chicken coop, my guys. Huh? No blueprints, no idea what the heck we're doing. I think this thing's turning out pretty darn good if you ask me, don't you say? All that's left to do in today's episode, try and get our door built, put on, and make sure she works. Let's get that door made. Not too bad. Walk right in, close her up. I'll probably do a latch on the front and the back. That way when I come in, I can close it from back here so chickens can't get out. All right, so we finally got our coop all sheathed up and walled, run, framed up, ready to go. It still might not be pretty, but she's coming together pretty nice. And hey, listen, no plans, no blueprints, no regrets. Am I right? Next week, in part 4 of this series, we'll be cutting everything out of the chicken coop. The door, the window, the nesting box. We'll be attaching the nesting box to the coop, and we'll be putting the chicken fence along the walls of the whole run. And maybe, just maybe, we might have our chickens by then. But we still got more to build, we got more to paint, and probably some more mistakes to make. So if you've been enjoying this chaotic build series, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, smash that subscribe button, and share this video with someone you love. Thank you for tuning into the channel and watching another episode on Mundo's Home and Garden. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.